What's up, YouTube? Today, this is my C++ Minecraft clone. In the previous stream, we made this world end list, and we made it without luck to generate these subchunks. This is what we managed to do in the previous streams. And in this stream, we have two choices we need to make. Should I... One of the choices is if we increase the movement speed and if we increase the render distance to be like 25. Now, if the world is 25 by 25, we have two choices. Look at how the world generation is too slow. It cannot keep up with me. This is one of the options for this 3-hour stream, is to fix this to keep up with the player. This is one of the options. The second option is to add a snow biome. I'm more excited about adding a snow biome, but we'll decide. We'll have to decide. We have 3 hours to implement something. Yo, what's up? How's it going? It would be the better approach if I fix this to be faster. Let's open up Minecraft as well. And I have an idea how to do it. It will not take too much time. That's the most secure option. Because I think we'll manage to do progress if we try to fix this, to make this like load faster. What's the progress so far? Well, the progress is we have infinite terrain and we don't have lag spikes, but the issue is it's slow. And we have to decide for this stream, will I make it possible for this to keep up with the player in a single thread without using multiple threads, or do I attempt to add a snow biome? Adding snow biome will be exciting. But this, I have an idea how to fix it possibly quickly, because right now it's trying to load all of these. But if we look at Minecraft, if we open up a Minecraft world, we'll see they do it differently. In Minecraft, they prioritize the chunks around you. Yo, what's this? What's this? We found a structure here in the sea. Yeah, what's inside of this? It's empty. Here in Minecraft, if we increase the speed which we fly in, you can notice how Minecraft prioritizes the chunks around you. And my game doesn't do that. My game doesn't do this. Look at how it prioritizes what's around you. Instead, my project, look at my project. My project goes from the start to the finish. From the start to the finish. It should prioritize just these few here, and it will manage to keep up some way. How are you currently generating chunks? I need to generate the blocks with Perlin noise. Then I need to generate the mesh by looking at the neighboring subchunks and to go through all the 16 by 16 by 16 blocks for each subchunk. Do a vote. Is it possible to do a vote here? Start a poll. No. What to focus on? Snow biome or terrain gen to keep up with player? Yeah, let's do a poll. I think we're like, how many are we? 7, okay, let's get 7 votes. This is the first poll we have done. I would prioritize speed of generation over where generate chunks first, to be honest. That's also true, since I've noticed how, look at in the beginning. Look at how in the beginning, when I start the world, it's way faster. Look at how fast it generated everything. Like in few seconds, it generated all of this. But if I move away, and we look at it now look at how it is a lot slower. Look at how it's like 5 times slower or 10 times slower. And it shouldn't be. Something is... I've made a mistake somewhere, and it even stopped probably. Yeah, I've made a mistake somewhere. This is the same algorithm. Absolutely the same algorithm. At the start and when I move around. So there is... Look at how faster this is. Do you see? And when I move, it suddenly becomes slower. Now it's a lot slower. That's crazy. So we have a lot of things we can try for improving the terrain. Speed. Yeah, okay. Terrain gen to keep up with player. Yeah, okay. Let's end it. That's what we'll do. We have 3 hours. Let's try to do it. Yeah, nobody wants snow biome. If I have voted, I would be like, let's do snow biome. Because it would be very exciting if we have a snow biome. That would be super cool. But yeah, we can do this as well. We can do this as well. First, like you mentioned... Yeah. Done and done. We'll see about it. Oftentimes I try to do something and it turns out I need multiple streams to achieve it. Here you said to prioritize speed of generation. I'm against that, since if we focus on this, where it prioritizes the player location, if we prioritize this will require the changing of the code, how terrain generates. And it will organize a bit the code, and it will be easier for me to make it faster. Like, I feel like if we prioritize this, it will organize the code a bit, and then it will be easier to make it like faster. So that's my way of thinking. Okay, let's do this. So my idea is the code runs only when we cross a chunk. That's when the code runs. We cross a chunk and it starts like generating new terrain and unloading old terrain. That's what happens when we cross the border. And my idea is I'll keep it like that, crossing the border to run the code. But the difference will be, it will, no matter what the render distance is, it will check just around the player. And if we continue to stay here, like I'll have to keep track of time, how much time we have spent in the chunk, in the current chunk. And if we have spent here like more than a second, too loud, more neighbors around me. So in that way, when we're traversing very fast, it will only loud those that are near me. And the longer we stay, the more chunks will get generated around me. That's the idea. It's very simple. It shouldn't take too much time. I lost the chat. When fog for distance? It's not a priority as of now. But maybe when I add the sun, moon, day, night, and the clouds, that's when I'll add the fog. Hi, good morning. Good work, bro. How many days have you been programming this? Hopefully you're not saying good work for this. This is Minecraft, like, chill. This is Minecraft. This is my clone. There's a big difference. So let's make it prioritize. Here, instead of going from this end to that end, to just be around me. To the chunks around me. That will be it. And it should be simple. It should be simple. Here is the code when crossing a chunk. This is it. Then we see what are the chunks we need to load. And then what are the chunks we need to unload. And then to generate new subchunk mesh. Actually, we can just focus on the subchunk mesh to optimize it. Like to prioritize generating the subchunk mesh of those that are near me. The generation of generation of blocks doesn't take a lot of time. It's okay to keep it as it is. We only need to optimize this, the generation of new subchunks. That's the only thing we need to prioritize. So here I go over the whole world. That's 25 by 25. I go over the whole world and I request mesh generation. That's it. Oh, I see what the issue is. Maybe. Here maybe, like, we noticed how there's a difference. Look at how much faster it loads. And when we move, it's a lot slower. Like now it's like super slow. And it's the same algorithm. And I think maybe it has gotten slower when I check this, if the subchunk exists. Maybe that's the issue, because for each subchunk I check if it exists. You're doing a lot of nested iterations within the for loop. Yeah, but it's just 16 by 16 by... Oh, no, it's actually a bit more than that. I expect that's why it's slower when you're moving away. Well, okay. But what about when I initially generate the terrain? When I initially generate the terrain... Where do I generate the mesh? I have a for loop on the y-axis. And here I have a while loop. But it's still looping through the same amount of subchunks. The initial generation is in a different place since I want it to go in a circle, like this. It goes around in a circle so that it starts from where the player is. But actually we will not need this if we make it to prioritize the center outwards. Let me think about it. Oh, I know what we can do. We can keep it like this. We can keep it like this, and we can remove these for loops. We can remove... Where are they? Here. We can remove these for loops. No, not these. These ones. We can remove this. We can remove it. And here, we'll just track the... Where? Here. When we cross the chunk, it will reset a timer. This timer will say how much time we have spent inside of the current chunk. And here, where was it? And here in this while loop, we'll add a slowdown to it. It will restart when the timer is 0, like we've just entered the subchunk. That's when it will do one iteration. And it will wait for the second iteration in a different frame. if we've been in the subchunk for more than a second. That's when it will do another iteration. So it will be just like this, but it will continue to do this as long as we are staying in the same chunk. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, that will be the logic. Yeah, that will be the logic. That's what I'm going to attempt at least. You can reuse the same code, just check if it's already generated. Bye pizza, don't have much time, but probably come back tomorrow. Yeah, bye man. I was thinking of whether to stream like after 4 hours from now. I am not sure which time is better for you guys. Hopefully no creepers flying out of the midair. When you move, you can call the same function but with a depth or distance to start further and check if the chunk is already generated, like a ring. I'll just make it so it will check it itself, to not give it like, because I want to keep it simple. I want to keep it simple so that I can iterate fast, and if I don't like something, to quickly change it around. And that's how we managed to come up with this idea to keep everything on the same thread, to not use multi-threading, by keeping it simple. And I'll continue to do that. So I'll keep in mind your suggestion, but for now I want to keep it as simple and stupid as possible. Yo, what's up? Wait, that was my Twitch chat. Okay. Yeah. Hey, using the Google Kiss row, yeah. Keep it simple, stupid. Yeah, it means keep it simple, stupid. When I was doing my yeah, hello. This still auto translates it to there is a sin. When I was doing an internship in a company, they were giving us lessons, and they were talking about Kiss. And like the person teaching us about Kiss, he messed up the order. He said it was keep it stupid simple. He messed up the order. That's how I still remember it. Yeah, let's remove this code. Yeah, this code, we'll remove it when we cross the chunk. We'll remove it and we'll leave here unloading and loading of chunks, which just generates the blocks, and this just deletes subchunks. We'll leave this because this is efficient. It runs really smoothly. There's no issues here with this. I assume we'll profile it and see. We'll see about that. But as of now, to keep it simple, we'll leave it here and just focus on optimizing the when we generate meshes, because mesh generation is the slowest. So we can call this function. Here I call it once. Where is it? I call it once in the when we initialize everything. Let's just search for it. I call it once here. Instead of calling it here once, we'll call it in the while loop. Here before we generate meshes. Here. Generate terrain. It's more like request. Yeah, let's do request mesh generation, and here we'll give the player position and time passed in same subchunk. Should in same chunk, actually, in the same chunk. We'll do it like that. So this will be a double And actually it's not the time passed. It's the time last time. It is the time we entered current chunk. It's that. So we can get time here. That's it. This. And here, let's rename this function. Here. Double. Let's give it here. And inside of here, let's see about this. Yeah, but there's an issue. There's an issue since this while loop always, it repeats a lot of the same code, and I want it to continue where it left off the last frame. Because the first time here, let's say this is 0. I need to have like, let me think about it. This shouldn't be a while loop. No, this has a limit up to the visible size, up to 25. Yeah. So we'll do it. And it starts from when? What's the starting point? Yeah, it has a starting point and an end point. How many iterations we make. And we'll make it so it will possibly remember the last point it was in, and it will only go to the next point if enough time has passed. That's what I'll do. So I need to save the current point we're in. So I'll run this code once outside of here, like this code. Yeah, I'll need to reorganize it a bit. What did I miss? How are you? Great. Got your account back? No, I didn't. You're getting better in programming. Like, it's still suspended, the account. It's still suspended. Yeah, here, it's still suspended. And it's it's permanently in read-only mode. Like, if I try to test, like, I cannot, like, it's gone. And here, like, creators, here, like, here, they like they get a lot of impressions. You're getting better in programming. Well, I'm not sure about that. I haven't noticed the difference. It's... Can you tell me a tutorial for making 3D game in Raylib? I haven't watched a single Raylib tutorial. Because I've learned to use Raylib by learning OpenGL and making a game without an engine, and like switching to Raylib was easy. I just used this cheat sheet, but I just had like I made like a whole clone without Raylib, a whole Minecraft clone, and going from this to Raylib, for me it was, now everything is a lot easier and simplified, and that's why I didn't need a tutorial. So I don't know how the other way around will go, to go straight into Raylib. I don't know how that will be the best, how to best do it. Yeah. I need to change this function that it will run every... What about Vulkan? I will never touch Vulkan since I'm a single developer. I want to use Vulkan, but for a single developer, it's like it will be impossible for me to make progress. But if I had a team of programmers, I would pick Vulkan since I can do a lot more in Vulkan for sure. You don't think, but you're better than last time. Yeah, that's interesting. Here, let me think about it. How are we going to get the current position, the current point? So the starting point is I divide the visible size, like the world is 25 by 25. I divide it by 2, so I start from the middle. Yeah, that's for the terrain generation. Excali draw. That's from the terrain generation. Here, it's like, this is the size. Let's say it's like 4 by 4. And so the starting point will be here. Like 4 divided by 2, it will start here. So it's like 0, 1, 2. It will start from here and it go like this. And then it will go like this. And this was running in a single frame. The request for generating the meshes. And what I want is to do just this. To just do this step, and then a couple of frames pass, sometimes passes, like let's say after a second, to do this. If we are still in the same place. If we have moved, let's say we have moved here, then it will just start over and do this. And if more time passes, it will do this. That's the idea. That's the idea. And I have to keep... I have to keep track of the... What have we generated? Like to have an offset. To have some kind of an offset to the starting point. To have some kind of an offset. That's how improvement work. You just do stuff and get better from sheer experience. Skeleton is so goofy, I could cry so hard, El. The previous attempts is crazy. Yeah, the skeletons was my favorite experience. It was very fun coding the skeletons. Can't wait to do the creepers. What about the job you wanted to write, Simon? Well, I just saw the post Simon did. Hightail, hire devs. Like he made a... No, not this. He made a post. Where was it? It was a recent post. Maybe he deleted it. Oh, this was it. I just saw this post. Looking to hire developers. Show me what you've been working on. And if you know about Hightail, it's like a voxel world, just like Minecraft. And I thought to myself, I can just show what I've done. And if it magically works out to be helping out with Hightail, that would be a big learning experience. Because I'll have other developers around me working on what I'm passionate about, doing voxel games. And I decided to do a post here, but I'm suspended and I cannot do a post. And yeah, that's what I shared in the recent video. So I'll just continue working on my Minecraft clone. What are you working in which system? I'm working on making the world endless. It's endless, but to improve it. If I worked in Mojang, I would sue you. You want them to sue me? Like to watch your streams continue? Why are you still using Windows 10? I don't know. I prefer Windows 10, but I think Windows 10 lost support. I prefer Linux actually, but Windows has easier compatibility with programs. At least it's not Windows 11. I can't even go to your profile on Twitter, just says account suspended. There's no way my Twitter also got suspended. Yeah, man, it's rough. Yeah, here I need an offset. It will be an integer offset, and I'll add it to the starting point. Here, this. I'll add it to the starting point, this offset. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. When is this going to increase? I want this to increase every time we run this through. Maybe I could make it a static integer here, offset. I could do that. That would be easier, maybe. The offset by default to be 0. And when should I... And I want to increase it every... here at the end to increase it. And when should it reset? That's the question. Wait a minute. If I do here offset equals 0, will it be always 0? Oh my god. Huh. Damn it. Yeah, I think it will always reset it here. I don't want it to reset here. But if I remove this, then when will it initialize? Like, we can look the time we enter the current chunk and check if like less than a second has passed to initialize this to 0. But that's a problem since the next time we are inside of here, it can still be less than a 0. And it will reset this, which we do not want to reset it to. Yeah, that's... No, it shouldn't be here. It should not be here. It should be here. We should give it to the function. We don't have a choice. And we'll increase it here. We will increase it here at the end of the function. We'll increase it here. We'll increase it here. The offset. We cannot actually. Since we are getting like an integer, like this is... We don't have some kind of a reference. We cannot increase it here. We'll increase it outside of this function. Blue Sky is better than Twitter. I haven't used ever Blue Sky. I don't know what is it like there. Have no idea. Hello, what's up? Bro, I loved your bunny hop video, it's so OP. Yeah, I'll bring the bunny hop in this C++ version. I think they use AI for Twitter to suspend profiles. Yeah, it said I'm automatically suspended, so most likely it's AI. Could you make daily streams if you want to do? My streams are daily with few exceptions, like Tuesday. The exceptions are like Tuesday and Friday, because I try to upload a video then. And creating a video takes up my whole day, and that's why I'm missing out streaming Tuesday and Friday. But the other days I managed to stream. I'm not sure on what time to pick. For me it's like 12 PM right now, but I've done 3 to 4 hours later than this time. Because usually I've noticed there are more like, are gonna open source it? I cannot. How good is the chunk rendering? It's not very good, but we're fixing it. I've noticed, like, if I do the streams like 3 to 4 hours later than now, there are more people that can join them. It's a better time for other viewers, but for me it's better time to do it now, like at the start of the day, since I'll have the rest of the day to work on the videos, because it's difficult for me to start working on the videos at the start of the day, because I need to make a video on how I implemented the custom block hover and to make a video on how I implemented this endless terrain generation. I need to like finish up some videos so that those people that watch only the videos can catch up on what's going on. When you will fix the RAM usage? Yeah, we need to fix that. Like, it can go up to 40 gigabytes. Like, I have to figure out. I don't know, man. Like, I have not set it as a priority. You can open source it as long as you don't call it Minecraft. Yeah, if I remove textures, models, etc., the game will not run. It will be just the code. And who will benefit of just getting the code? Like, if it's other, like, creators, like, I'm not sure. And, like, I'll be in a disadvantage as well if I share the code. I don't know if you'll be able to understand where I'm coming from, but there are other YouTubers making their own Minecraft clone, and like, if I just release my code, which I have worked on for hundreds of hours, they can just copy paste and like continue on top of my work, and like that would be kind of harsh. Yeah, bye bro. When we make your own voxel game, when I get an idea for a voxel game, right now I don't have an original idea, so I'll continue with making a Minecraft clone, one-to-one clone. When I get an idea, like, most likely, if I make my own voxel game, it will be with the focus of redstone. The redstone is my favorite part of Minecraft. Maybe it will be just redstone if it's its own game. The whole game was just like focusing on redstone. My bro, true, I guess. Twitter done you dirty. Yeah, like, Twitter is gone for me. Like, I'm not coming back there. I'm not appealing the suspensions again. I appealed the suspension, like I said in the video. I got my account back, then they suspended it again. I'm not going to appeal once more. Like, it's a waste of time. Like, I miss out on a lot of reach there. There are a lot of like potential viewers there, potential people that will be interested in the project. I'm missing out on that hugely, since other creators with similar projects get 100,000 impressions, 1 million impressions. Like, I'm missing out a lot being blocked from Twitter, but what can you do? Like, I'll just go all in YouTube. Like, I'll focus on you guys here. Like, I'll ignore Twitter. It's not that big of a deal, actually. Here I need to give it an offset. Let's create some kind of an offset. Chunk generation offset to be 0. And here after we call this. Here we'll give it this and we'll increase it afterwards. And we need to reset it when we cross the border. When we cross a chunk, here we cross a chunk, we reset it to 0. And we have to reset the time. Where was it? This we have to reset as well. Here. To the current time. That's it. And what else? Or actually, let me think about it. We can do it differently, actually. we can just pass it the chunk generation offset, like where are we currently, and just to pass it this, and just to keep track of not how much time we've been in the current chunk, but the last time we've updated this. That should to be it. But where can we track this? Where can I track this? Let me see. Yeah, let's rename this. It's the last time we update chunk generation offset, man. The namings are awful, but what can we do? Every time we update this, we'll reset the timer. We'll reset the timer, and here we need to reset the timer as well. And here, no, actually, no. We don't need to pass it even. We don't need to pass it. Here we do the increment here. So here if the difference between the current time and the last time we updated this, let me think about it. But what if it's 0? I was going to say if like more than a second has passed. If a second has passed to like generate more chunks around us. If more than a second has passed. Like, sure, but what if this is like reset to 0? Well, we'll still need to wait a second. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. And here we don't need this timer. And here we just want... Here we calculate the starting point, which combines the offset. We don't need this current point. What about this step amount? What's that? That's a bit of an issue. That's a bit of an issue. Current point will be plus the offset. That's it. Yeah, that's it. And damn it. I challenge you, code redstone glass. What's redstone glass? I'm actually doing that as well. What's redstone glass? I'll watch later. Have a nice day. Yeah, man. Should I change the time of the stream? Like, a lot of people like don't have a lot of time to join on the streams. Like, I feel like... Yeah, I feel like I need to change the time. Yeah, I'll change the time. Tomorrow I'll stream instead of like 3 to 4 hours from this current time. Yeah, I'll change the time. Yeah, my bad, guys. I picked the... I'll think about it. If I will change the time, I'll think about it. But I feel like for many people, a different time will be better. I'll think about it. I really prefer this time. I really prefer it. So here, I need to see what the step amount is. Let me think about this. Here I can... Let me think about... current point. Yeah, I can just think about it. This is hard. This step amount is what's causing me issues. It was difficult to initially write this code, and now I need to significantly change it. And I'm thinking of what approach I should take, since it will be ambitious to significantly change it. I can do here this logic if current point equals starting point plus offset, only then to execute this code. And for the other code, it will quickly go through it. It's not that big of an issue. Like, I want to keep it simple. And here, this, when should it run? If current point if offset is 0, if offset equals 0, but there's an issue. Yeah, there's an issue with this. There's an issue. Where did I call this function? Here. This needs to be executed here. Here actually needs to be executed here. But this is a problem, since it will not run the first time. It needs to initially load. Yeah. Rest on glass will work just like rest on dust. Once you power the glass, it works. Yeah, I remember you helped in the previous stream. Where are you from? I'm from Bulgaria. How does your voltage generation logic work? Is it after randoms? How are you so like knowledgeable? Like, where did you gain your knowledge? I'm interested in that, and I'll be right back in 2 minutes. Yo, what's up? I'm back. I'm a dev as well. That's why, yeah, like, obviously, like, you're a developer, like, but more than that, like, do you like read books? Do you watch tutorials? Like, do you go to university? Do you make your own projects? Like, where does like the knowledge and experience come from? What do you like work in a game studio, or like are you web developer? Parallel projects. What? Parallel projects? Let's move on. Here. This is fine. This should be perfect. It should work, but yeah, let's actually run it. It has just the start is a bit problematic. At the start it needs to run once. At the start it needs to run once. Like there shouldn't be delay initially. Initially, the first time there shouldn't be a delay. So if the offset is 0, this means it's initially. Just run it and do this. Man. To think about it. And here, if I'll have to change it a bit. I have to combine these since it's the same code. I just need to change the conditional, but give me some time to think about it. If this is more than 0 and a second has passed to execute this. Else, yeah, I just need to execute it 2 times. like I'll keep it like this. I'll keep it like this. I'll keep it like this. Yo. Yes, I think it's waiting a second before each iteration. I think it's waiting. Okay, let's go super fast. Yo. Look. It's prioritizing. It's prioritizing. It's prioritizing. Yo. But it's prioritizing too small of a region. It's prioritizing. But the region is very small. Look at how small it is. Oh, that's funny, man. Oh, I get it. I know why it was slower. We compared initially when we run this, it was very fast. And when you start moving around, like initially it was very fast. Now we have a 1 second delay each iteration, sure. But initially it's the fastest. And when we move around, it was very slow when we were generating the same way. And I think that's because we're using the queue. And the queue fills up with a lot of subchunks. And most of them, when you move fast, are irrelevant. That's a big issue. Yeah, I get it. Oh, wait a minute. What if we put the queue to be... like to reset the whole queue? Yeah, we have to reset the queue. Oh, man. We have to reset the queue. Oh. When we... Yes. We have to reset the queue. Here when we cross the chunk, I think. Actually. Do we? I think so. Yeah, let's reset it, yeah. Yeah, I think we need to reset it. That's why it was so slow. Let's reset it. Static void reset subchunk mesh generation queue. Yeah, we need to reset it. We need to reset it to clear it. The requests clear. Please tell me it has cleared for the queue. It doesn't? What if I use a vector then? That's very annoying. Okay, I'll use a vector. That's very annoying. And I need to implement it. Vector. Vector, I assume. Clear. Come on, why did this stop working? Man, this IntelliSense. Push back. Vector. Clear. Yeah, we need to clear it. That's it. And inside of the main here, world, clear the requests. Reset some chunk generation queue. We need to reset it. When we are going to when we are crossing a chunk, we need to reset it. Here it needs to be a vector. And here we have an issue. Oh man, we have an issue here. We have an issue. Damn it. This. So how can I remove, like here, what I'm getting? Let's see now. Size, no. Let's look at the documentation. Vector, C++. Is this only relic in C++? Mostly. I have the JSON parser library and Tracy for a profiler. That's it. Self-taught from Brazil. A great part of us like to follow the hard way. Planning to launch a game as well, but for now it's gonna take a while. Lower your scope. Launch it as soon as possible. Launch as many games as you can. Well, I'm not doing that, so like I shouldn't be giving the advice. I'm not following myself, but I want, like with making YouTube videos, for example, having big scope videos was worse experience than having small scope videos. You learn a lot faster that way. I learned a lot faster making videos by having the scope be smaller. Looks like your word gen is adaptive, I guess. Is C type, it could pre-generate sub chunks. Pre-generate chunks? Yeah, I don't care about that. You should take some ideas from how Sodium. I don't care about mods. I want it to be one-to-one with the Minecraft. Here, how can we get the first element, get the last? Yes, we'll get the last element. And how to remove the last element? std vector remove last element. Pop back. Okay, pop back. So let's get the back and here pop back. That's it. What else? Should be the same. Man, this is so fun. Let's actually let's bring it back like it was before. I want to see if we made an improvement from last time. The speed generation, if we solved that particular issue. Let's make it like here a commit. Switch requests from queue to vector and make world gen adaptive. Let's push this and let's change it back like before. I want to see something. Where am I inside of the code? I'm lost. I'm very lost. Where am I? Ah, this thing. Let's run it once. Damn it. It needs to be once before everything else, and to bring back that old code that hopefully I didn't delete. Yes, I didn't delete it. I didn't delete it. I just want to compare if we made an improvement. Want to compare. And this, let's remove this. Let's remove this. Let's start it. It's the opposite. Oh. Yeah, the speed is perfect. The speed is perfect. That was the issue before. That was the issue before. The queue was had too much. And now look at how it goes the opposite way. That's crazy. It's because here we push back maybe. We need to push. If we take out from the back, we should push from the front when we submit a request. Let me think about it. Yeah, that solved it. That solved it. Let's bring it back. Let's discard the changes. So we have what's up? Didn't I discard the changes? Discard. Yes. Now we should have the adapt. Oh, we have Twitch. Sup? Yo, what's up? How's your day? You're the only one on Twitch chatting. Like most of us are on the YouTube, but that's not an issue. At some point, both will have chatters. I think you wanted to say that Minecraft cell isn't optimized, so when you code, you implement the changes that makes the performance better. I'm not looking to make improvements to Minecraft as of now. Once we have a good one-to-one clone, that's when we can think of changes. Use seed-based noise to generate chunks in a radius around the player, so terrain loads smoothly in all directions, not just in a straight line. Yeah, if we, like right now, it prioritizes around the player. It prioritizes around the player. I can increase this. I can increase that, the initial one to be to, let me think about it. It should be this. And then here I'll increase, I cannot increase here the offset, actually. Let me think about it. Oh, I can do it. Where was it? I can just call the function 2 more times. I can just call it 2 more times. And let's change the timer to be every 0.5 seconds. Now it should generate more chunks around me after we wait for this. Yeah, now it generates more chunks around me. Let's make it even faster here. 0.5. What the fuck? What happened? Yeah, I need to change the vector itself. I need to change the how we add requests, because we get them from the back. We need to receive them from the front, actually. I think. First in. No. When we add requests, let's add them at the start. Maybe. Let's add them at the start. World. When we submit a request, here let's push. Do we have push front? No. Damn it. Okay, let's when we get the requests, where do we get them? When we get them, let's get the start then. Here, let's get the front. And here pop. Can we pop front, please? I know it's annoying for a vector to pop the front, since you need to take the first element and move all of the elements to the left. That will be annoying. A vector, remove first element. And I'm not using a queue since I cannot clear a queue easily. CPP clear queue. How do I clear a queue? Okay, we can just clear it. Yeah, let's use a queue. Maybe. What does this do? This creates an empty queue and swaps them. Interesting. Yeah, okay, I'll do it like that. We can do that. Let's just see with the vector. Vector, remove first element. Let's just see with the vector. Erase and then the begin. So here erase requests begin to erase the but yeah, okay, should be fine. Yeah, it solved it. Yeah, look at how it prioritizes around the player. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. How it prioritizes. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yo. Yeah, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Oh, but there is a problem. There's a problem, guys. No, actually, there isn't a problem. Like, I was thinking, like, when will it generate the far back? Since in Minecraft, if you start moving, it will generate the far back. But here you have to wait until it iterates to the far back. Yeah, you have to wait a bit until it reaches there. How is it in Minecraft? Look at how in Minecraft you don't have to wait much. It says we can do this by the iteration itself. We can do it in the iteration itself. When it runs, here we move and the iteration is running. And each iteration needs like part of a second to go to the next iteration. We can change it so once we move and the iteration to, if it hasn't generated anything, to instantly increase it again, and it will start generating faster at the end. It will generate at the end way sooner. Yeah, that's something we could do. That's something we could do. But even now it's so cool. Yeah, I don't have any issues with this approach. I like this approach. Yeah, it's cool. Yo, it's cool. We could do an improvement. We can let's commit this. Vector push back take front to be like a queue. That's the change we made, but we need to make it so let's track any changes. I was thinking of doing it like where was it? Here, if we didn't generate any meshes, subchunk meshes to continue on. But I'm thinking I should finally give a reference to the current offset so that the function itself can make changes to it. And that's what I need to do. And it will clean up all of these things. I can just call the function itself. The function itself needs to handle all of this logic, and I'll be able to make it so I don't have to wait seconds for it to, like when everything is generated and the player moves, to faster realize it needs to generate at the end those parts. And that can happen easily. But this part I really like. This part I really like. This is cool. This is very cool. Man, so cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yo, we have Twitch chat. What's up? What's up? I was just telling to Soul that he's the only chatter here, but we're getting more people here. Hello, French. You're 2 people now. Hello, Wix. You're 3 people now. Okay. Twitch is piling up people. Let's see what's YouTube doing. Let's see what's up with YouTube. A modern voxel engine could generate chunks much faster than Minecraft by using multi-threading. Fast noise... Yeah, I'll look at fast noise, actually. That's a good call. I'll look at that. I'm not using it. I should probably use it. Maybe it will give an improvement. That's interesting. Yeah, why am I not using it? Actually. I don't need greedy meshing. Please, no greedy meshing. Let's zoom in a bit. The CPU generates chunks in parallel while the GPU only receives merged visible geometry. No, I don't care about optimizations like this. I just want the feature. Like the player with seed generate all chunks. Yeah, dude, but still I would need to generate the mesh. The mesh generation takes time. Like I'm not escaping the mesh generation like this. When the player flies, the world appeals us instead of a strip. There's a thing called Classic Cube. It's just Minecraft Classic but with more features. Right now you only flip a flag but you never build a mesh. Call the mesh generation function is just sitting. I do build a mesh. Like we are seeing the mesh. Do you have plans? No, I don't want LOD. No, I don't want to implement mods. Do not wait until the player crosses chunk border. Always keep a circle of chunks around the player loaded. Oh, that's interesting. To not have to wait for the player to cross. That's interesting. That's interesting. No, but there's an issue with this, because in the future I may optimize it, since now I'm constantly doing new and delete on the heap memory. And if I have like a buffer, I would have to like, it's okay, actually it's possible. If I have more heap for a buffer, yeah, it's possible. I'm new. What did you implement up to this point? I'll show you in a second. Calculate the player position. But these are like further optimizations. Like I don't care about that. It's good enough, kinda. I'll change it up a bit. But like this is what we have right now. We optimize the endless terrain. It's endless and it's endless and it prioritizes a small render distance around the player, and then it loads everything else. It can keep up, and everything is on a single thread. I'm not multi-threading, and that's cool. I really like this. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. And it's on a single thread, man. That's my favorite part. Like I was surprised we did it in a single thread. That's cool. What if we increase the render distance? What if we increase it, actually? Let's increase it. Let's do 32, 64, 65. Let's do 65. Oh man, until it loads. It will be kind of the same, I think. This part. Yeah, I see where the issue is. Most likely. Since the chunk generation is happening for the whole world, I think. And it... Yeah. When we move through chunks, a lot of code is running. That's an issue. I need to do two optimizations. When crossing the border, it actually generates all of the chunk blocks. That needs to be moved. Yeah. But even like now it's cool. Yo, what's up? So can you remove and place blocks? How are you going to serialize world state? I can remove blocks. I can remove blocks. I cannot place them yet. I haven't coded that. And one weird thing is, look at how the world like looks super laggy when I move around until it generates everything. Once it generates everything, this will stop. That's one issue I found. Here after we wait all of this. That will get fixed. But right now when you move around, it's super laggy. Like not like that there's lag, just the visuals have this trailing effect behind them. What causes this? That's what I'm not sure. After the whole world generates, this will be gone. But right now I don't know why I have it. This is very weird. Yeah, that's very weird. When we saw that. Yeah, it's single threaded because I saw Minecraft can do it. Here in performance, you can set it to not use threads, and Minecraft manages with a single thread. And I thought to myself, if Minecraft can, why can't we do it as well? For them it's a bit different, it's in a circle actually. Yeah, this is Minecraft. But they use frustum culling. And there is no lag when crossing borders. Calculate the player position after that loading radius for chunks around the player. Calculate the radius. Yo, the real splits, what's up? You gave so many suggestions, I cannot keep up with all of them. If you want me to listen to a suggestion, just give one, only one, because there are too many here and it will become like me, like being your like intern, and like that's not the idea for this stream. The idea is for me to experiment and learn. Like I don't want you to be like giving me all the answers, like that's too much, like that's too much. Oh, like the only thing I'm most curious about is this. Is this where there's like this trailing effect? Why this happens? This is my only thing I cannot understand. Why is this weird effect happening while everything is generating? It has a weird after effect. That's the only thing I cannot wrap my head around. But what was I was going to do two improvements, actually. I think the most important one is to give the function that requests mesh generation to handle the changing of the offset. And we can actually make a structure mesh generation data, maybe, whatever, doesn't matter what we call it. Structure mesh generation data and double last update time. And what was the other thing? The offset, int offset. That's it. And let's have a reset function. Actually, if you think about it, reset will set the offset be 0, and last update time is get time, and void increase update set offset value or like increase offset by this value. So offset plus equals the value, and we reset the time. We reset the time, and that's it. And let's get a variable that is this. Where did I have those variables? Yeah, here, this. Mesh generation data. Mesh generation data. Let's reset it. And every time we will call the function with a reference to it. Mesh generation data. Let's comment this out. And when we cross, we'll reset it. When we cross subchunk, we'll reset it. And we'll have to decrease the render distance a bit for now. We'll have to decrease it. And here, inside of this function, what should be the logic? And for you should use Linux. Tooling is easier. Yeah, Linux will be a lot nicer to use to program in. The only issue is compatibility for creating YouTube videos. So here I have to handle, I need the reference actually. Mesh generation data. Here I have the reference, so finally I can change the offset myself. Finally I can change the offset. So if it's the first time, if it's the first iteration, I needed to generate the first mesh, and I need to increase it here. Plus plus. Increase offset by 1. Then let me think about it. No, I directly need to increase it. Directly need to increase it. Oh. Yeah, maybe I need to remove this and put it in a separate function, because people do not expect that. Clear timer. Maybe. Where was the code? Here. And here, let's use the function. Increase offset by 1. And here, to reuse it. And here, increase the offset by 1, and to clear the timer, And here if the time the current time minus the timer, if it's less than 0.05 to return. Now it should be like before, probably. Now it should be like before. Yeah, now it's like before. And now make the other change where if you move, it will quickly iterate over all of them, so it reaches faster these end ones. So it reaches faster these end ones. And maybe actually it should be in a circle, not a square around me. That's another thing. Because the game should prioritize the X and Z axis from the player, not the diagonals. I don't use Kdenlive. Yeah, I use OBS and DaVinci Resolve. I can run DaVinci Resolve in Linux, but it has issues, like, and I can render videos, but it crashes more than in Windows. At least the last time when I used it, which was a year ago. The issue could be that you're not clearing frames properly. So previous frames are visible during terrain generation, which would make that trailing artifact. What happens if you enable vsync? Okay, yeah, let's enable vsync. And for this, Relib handles the frame clearing. Relib handles that. Yo, I'm back. Welcome back. What's up? This is what we currently have. It prioritizes the chunks around me. And then it loads everything else. That's cool. But I have more ideas on things we can improve. I have more ideas on what we can improve. Oh, let's enable vsync like Wix requested. Let's do that. See what happens if we still have that issue. Here, vsync. Like, what's vsync in Relib? And we should use this fast noise for generating the. But this will increase the time for like generating the blocks, not the mesh generation. Mesh generation will be the same. Vsync frame clear background color. Begin draw. We can just set a target FPS that's the same as my refresh rate. What's my refresh rate? I think it was quite high. Oh, this is interesting. Swap screen buffer. Custom frame control functions are intended for advanced users. Yeah, we're advanced, right? Right, we're advanced. There's one full control over the frame processing. By default, end drawing does this job. Draws everything and then swap buffer plus manage frame timing. To avoid that behavior and control frame processes manually, enable it. Support custom frame control. Because here set config flag. Set config flag. Yeah, set config flag. Init configuration. Yeah, let's do that. Thank you for the suggestion. We'll do it here. Flag Let's see what they have. Vsync hint. Maybe it's that. Yeah, like you said. Maybe it's that. Are they others with vsync? No, it's just vsync hint. Let's see what we get. You should just limit the frame. But I don't... I still think the issue is there. It's easier to notice in bigger render distance, but we'll keep the vsync and I'll do the other updates which were inside of this function. Let me think about it. I'll keep track here. I want the size of the requests, the number of the requests. World static int requests count, and I want to return the size. We get the count, and after and here if this part, if request count is the same as the current request count, if there wasn't a change, we'll continue with the offset. So now it should be faster. It should reach faster the end, I think. Let's increase the render distance. 65. No, wait, let's wait it out. And if I move to a neighboring chunk, it should start generating here at the end way sooner. But I needed to generate everything. I needed to wait it out. It's taking its time. Come on, how much are you going to generate? Man, this is so slow. It should be a circle, not like to go around me in a square. It should be a circle. And look at this like trailing effect. That's really annoying. The vsync didn't change it. Okay, okay, still generating. Is it done? If I now move, it still has this trailing effect. So it must be still generating. If now I move, it should really quickly figure out, it should reach the end. It shouldn't wait much. No, it's kinda like before. Let's lower the render distance. Before main loop. Yeah, I'm doing it before main loop. There's something in the works for Premiere Pro working on Linux. Yo, splits here too. I'm like half sure it got merged and is an experimental branch. I also made Minecraft clone with Python. Congratulations, bro, for the project. It looks interesting. Thank you, man. It auto-translated. I have an idea. What's your idea? Man, damn it. Let's do 25, 25. Yeah, it's prioritizing here around me. It's prioritizing them, and when I stop, it generates everything. Let's let it generate, and now if I move, how fast does it realize? Not that fast. Let's do debug point, and in release I'm not sure if you'll catch the debug point. Most likely not. Here, like, we are looking the current point. If it's equal the starting point plus offset, it goes over all of this, and it shouldn't. Oh no, this is wrong. It gets the request, but once it, no, this is wrong. This is wrong. Yeah, it gets the request, sure. This is incorrect. But doesn't matter that much. You can lower render distance, and in background you can render the chunk. That's what we're doing. Like when we are moving fast, we're prioritizing a lower render distance until the player stops. A request. This just creates a request. It doesn't check if... Yeah, let's... Can we... Can we get the subchunk, the reference to it? Can't we get a reference to it? And to do some checks. Where are they? Can't we get a reference to it? Where do I go over the requests? Requests here, and I look for them, but I'll be doing this check 2 times. And for sure I need to do it here when I generate the mesh. I need to do this check. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. Yeah, I need to get reference to it. Like, no question about it. I need to get reference to it here. I need to get it. And if it can find it and a mesh is not generated, here to send the request. And then I'll actually check this. It realizes it quite slowly. Let's debug it. It realizes it quite slowly. Do we ever enter here? No, but we are running in release. Yeah, but it manages to debug. How are we debugging in release mode? How are we debugging? Actually should be before init window. Is it too late after Windows created? You are in rel with dep info, that's how. So it has pbd info. What is rel with dep info? Oh, release with debug info. Interesting. Release with debug info. Can I remove that? I don't want that. I want release to be just release without debug info. Oh, here. Just release. Yeah, that's interesting. And let's move. We can actually check the FPS with MSI to see if it's the same as the refresh rate. To see if we need to move the vsync before init window. It's at 80. It's at 500 FPS. Most likely we are not with vsync. Most likely we are not with vsync. Let's move it. Let's move it. Where is it? Vsync. Let's move it before init window. And let's see after the slow FPS. Yeah, it's vsync. Now we have vsync. And I think actually it's gone. No. Wait, let's increase the render distance. Let's increase the render distance. 65. Yeah, I still have it. Yeah. When it lags, when it's lagging, it has that effect. Why did I remove the FPS thing? Let's bring it back. So when it drops to 20 FPS, probably. Yeah, when it's low FPS, probably. But right now it's like... Yeah, right now it's below 60. It's below 60. And we're having it. We'll wait the FPS to increase. And now it's 37. Is it still generating? Is it? Yeah, it's still generating. How much are we going to wait? I have an idea. Bro, I just won a 3 versus 1. Nice. Hello. You can set target FPS. Yeah, but why not just use the vsync? It is the same thing. It's still below 60 FPS. What is it generating? What is it generating? Let's profile it. Profiler. Tracy. Connect. And have I have it enabled? No. True. Let's start it. And this is the profiler collecting data. is generating everything. Main loop. And here it generates meshes. Oh, maybe one generation of a mesh. Wait a minute. How fast is this? Execution time 1.9 milliseconds. 1.9 milliseconds. 2 seconds. And then this times 60. It should be fine. Times 120. Yeah. One generation of a mesh can fit. We can have at least one mesh generated in a frame. What's this? Memory usage. Yeah, memory usage, it's probably a lot. Tracy profiler is 31 gigabytes. Man, the profiler. Let's stop it. No, just stop. And let's stop this. And let's look at the profiler, what's happening. Everything is in the main thread. Everything is in the main thread. Here it's just... what do we have here? Here we just generate the blocks initially. And here is the main loop. Because it has collected a lot of data, that's probably why. This is the main loop, and it has the... what is this? It has the block factory get block Y. Oh, maybe the raycast. That's probably the raycast. Yeah, it checks at the start. And what's this? I don't care about this. Then another main loop, and then a much longer main loop. Much longer main loop. And then shorter ones, where it generates the meshes, at least how many it can, however much it can generate. Upload mesh, and here it's attempting to draw, and upon the drawing it uploads. Here it's uploading some meshes. Here it's generating meshes and uploading some of them. Like here uploading one, maybe. Yeah, every frame we're generating a few subchunks. Every frame. I've separated like this. And I've limited to be at a cap of 120 FPS. Like it will fit here, mesh generations. And if it lowers the FPS to 120, it will stop. It will not generate more meshes in that one frame. So something else is slowing stuff down. This is... the main loop is... what's execution time and self time? Execution time, self time. What's self time? Where it's just this? Okay, let's focus on execution time. Let's do it 18 milliseconds. 18 milliseconds to seconds, it's this. And so if we multiply by 60, yeah, around 60 FPS. So let's go to when the FPS is like 20. So 20 should be 0.05 execution time. The start and end of a frame is this. This is the start. And this is the end. Because that's how the profiler works in the code. It will probably create an object, and the object will automatically be destroyed at the end of a scope. And here the scope is just the main loop. We are looking for execution time that's 0.05 seconds in milliseconds. How much is that? So maybe multiplied by 1000. 50. We're looking for 50 milliseconds execution. This is 23, so double of this to see where it's slowing down. What's up? Self is the time that the function consumes without calling other. Yeah. So we are looking the other thing. We want the here. What about here? Yeah, we want the execution time. Here it's 30 milliseconds. Here it's 30 milliseconds. What about here? This is 30 milliseconds. 30 milliseconds is like not that slow. 30 milliseconds to seconds. Let's do 30. Around between 30 and 40 FPS. Yeah, and let's see what slows it down. We have just the mesh generation is 9.6 milliseconds. 9.7 milliseconds. It's not that much. Then here we have uploading of meshes. And what's here? What's executing for so long? Why not multi-threaded? Because the code is simpler when it's single-threaded. I want to keep it simple. Yeah, we answered that. I want to keep it simple. I'm interested to see what's after the mesh generation. What's after that? Why is it slowing it down? What else do we have there? We have code that is extremely slow. And it's after the mesh. Here it's generating all meshes. Where is that? It generating all meshes. What's that? No, this is something else. Here, the main loop. This is the main. Here is the main loop. Main loop. This is it. Inside of here we have this while loop, which is attempting to generate mesh frame by frame, which is this part, which is not that much. It's just 9 milliseconds. It's just 9 milliseconds. This is not an issue. Then it's the raycast. Then it's the raycast. Then is the raycast. I assume the raycast is not taking up that much. We could profile it. I have opened Minecraft just to test inside of it. To have it quickly opened. To test here. Because looking around in Minecraft gives us hints on how to implement stuff. Let's attempt to profile this. Let's attempt to profile it. Profile scope. Let's profile it as raycast. And let's profile this whole thing. And this is generate one mesh. Sure. Sure. And then what's this? This is the mouse button. This is for when we left click. It's not running this code. This code is when we cross a chunk. We don't care about this. And then it's the drawing. Oh, let's profile that. Let's profile that. Profile scope drawing. Maybe the drawing is what's causing the slowdown, since we have more terrain. The more terrain we have, the lower FPS we get. So maybe we need frustum culling, and that's what it will solve all the issues. Maybe we need frustum culling. Let's remove this. I'm profiling the raycast just for organizational purposes. Like to just have it there, just to see at least once what's up. Let's start it. Yeah, it's around 50. The more terrain gets generated, the lower the FPS gets. Yo, what's up? Wait, why are you rendering to a texture at all? What do you mean? Oh. Yeah, I was doing some... yeah, it was like from a Raylip example. They did it like that, and it was like for adding shaders, special effects. It was for stuff like that. I can remove it. Sure, I'll remove it. I'm not currently using it, the rendering to a texture. I'm not currently using it. I'll remove it. Yeah, so let's see what's up. Here it's 22 milliseconds. Where is it slower? 17 milliseconds. Here maybe. $31. Yeah, here. Oh, look at this drawing. It's the drawing part. It's the drawing part. So mesh generation is just 10 milliseconds, and the drawing part is 21 milliseconds. So just drawing is 21 milliseconds, which is 2 seconds. Less than 60 FPS. Less than 60. Why use MSI Afterburner instead of void draw FPS? Because I can just close the program and it will remove the FPS counter. It's just faster, but I don't care. Like, I can do it with draw FPS, sure. Yo, hello, what's up? 84% of RAM. Don't think about that. Yes, let's see what's up. That could be the culprit. Oh, for the you're right. Yeah, you're right. That could be the culprit. Yo, you're a smart man. That could be it. That's very interesting. Let's remove drawing to the target, to a texture. And how was it before? Begin mode 3D. Maybe just begin drawing. End drawing. Begin drawing, yeah. And texture mode. Let's remove this. Let's get this. And set this. And where did we draw the texture? Draw texture. Yeah, this. Let's remove this. That should be it. That should be it. I think it's probably gone. Well, hello, what GPU do you have? 360 Ti. I tried making Minecraft clone but got stuck making window. Never touched C++. Just use Relic or Godot. How's the project? We have endless terrain. And it's prioritizing around the player. Let me think about it. Oh my god. No, I'm not adding LOD. Let me stop the profiler because it's doing crazy stuff. Where's the profiler? Let's stop it. False. Yeah, I think the trailing effect is fixed. I don't see it. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it was doing it because when you create the texture and render it, and the low FPS makes it so like maybe the delay between saving it to a texture and the delay between having the texture done and rendering it, maybe the delay between the two is what caused that weird effect. We need first some culling to improve the FPS, because right now we are constantly drawing everything and I cannot optimize this. This is like, you cannot optimize like a static mesh. That's from the GPU. Like, I need first some culling to make it so if we look upside, we don't need to render the terrain when we are not looking at the terrain. if I'm looking like this is the only time I need to generate to render the whole terrain, when I'm looking it from above, but that's never. It's always when we are here. Like, we are constantly here and we are looking at a few chunks. But yeah, I'm prioritizing the sub-chunks around me, and when I wait, it starts generating everything else. That's what we did today. And with the help of the Twitch viewer, we fixed a very annoying bug. That bug was really annoying, and I had no idea what caused it. And now it's gone, man. Like, that was a very good suggestion. I don't know how you saw that. That I'm rendering on a texture. You must be laser focused on the code to notice that. You have good eyes, man. Yeah, now the weird effect is gone. Yeah, I'm happy with what we have. Let's lower the render distance. 25. No, it wasn't YouTube. It wasn't YouTube fault. Yeah, but now we move really fast. And it prioritizes the chunks around us. So if a player is moving really fast, like, he has the chunks around him. And once you wait, it instantly loads around you. That's really cool. I'm really happy with this. It's really cool. And the FPS can be improved with first-time culling. And we need a memory leak to be fixed. For sure. But it's endless. It's pretty good, actually. And we need one more improvement to generate the blocks iteratively like that, because now when the player moves, there are invisible chunks already generated. They just don't have a mesh. And I should make them iteratively generate as the mesh as well. I should make it like that. I need to do it because... let me think about it, actually. Yeah, but I don't think if it will be possible, since we'll miss unloading some chunks. No, actually, it's okay. It's just for the block generation. The creation and unloading of subchunks is different. Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it. Right now, only the mesh iteratively increases like that. The blocks get generated instantly when we cross the border. I want the block generation to also be iteratively. So don't render chunks behind camera. Dot product math. You're welcome. And also it seems you're regenerating blocks that are already generated when crossing chunks. Regenerating blocks. No. I'm generating blocks only on the new chunks that I'm loading. If it's already existing, I don't do anything. For block generation and for mesh generation, I do a check. I have some flux. Here, this is not just chunks behind camera. It's like the using the frustum culling, like the camera frustum, like whatever it's called. Like you have camera frustum. Yeah, this thing. This is what the player sees, everything in this object. And for each chunk, I have to check if it's inside of this or not. If it's inside of this or not. So I have to check for every plane if a dot is, like for this plane, if a point in space is after this plane, and if it's before this plane, and if it's below the top one, and if it's above the bottom one, and if it's to the left of the right one, etc. You get the point. If it gets all of those conditionals, to only then render it. I need this optimization. And badly. Really badly. But I don't know the math about it. Now you could optimize static terrain. My brain hurts by looking at that. What, the frustum culling? What did we change for this commit? I forgot. What should I call it? I forgot, man. I forgot what I changed. We changed too many things to put it in a single commit, that's for sure. Remove trailing buck effect. What else did we change? What else? Yeah, I'll figure it out. Let's just push it until we manage to push even more inside of a single commit. Yeah, one thing I need is to have simulated distance, because that will not having simulated distance causes bugs in generating the mesh. Since those meshes at the end, they don't know the neighboring subchunks, what data they have. And because they don't know that, they cannot generate a proper mesh. I need to have subchunks like around the visible ones. So basically, whatever the visible size is, let's say it's 3 by 3, I need the invisible size to be +2. So if visible size of the world is 3 by 3 chunks, then the invisible should be 3 + 2, so 5 by 5. Like here from the drawing, you can notice it. If the visible is 3 by 3, the invisible, I need a buffer here of more chunks that don't have a mesh. So I can generate here a proper mesh. So it should be, this is not enough since this is the 3 by 3. I have a buffer only here and I'm missing buffer here. So that's why it needs to be +2, 5 by 5, because I can put the visible here and these ones are buffer so that I can generate a proper mesh. That's what I need. That's what I'll do right now. Port this to browser. Relic allows to do that. Yeah, but going to the browser I think has limitations. Like, can I do like shaders? I need custom shaders. Posted one of my art on my channel's post section. How is my art? I can look at it off stream, since I want to focus on making progress. I want to stay on topic, but I can look at it off stream and comment on your post directly if I don't forget about it. I'll save so I don't forget. Yeah, I copied your response. I'll put it here. I'll not forget probably. So here, here if I put it like this, if the visible is 3 and the invisible is like 12, there's a slight issue. Actually, I think it's pretty good. Huh. That's weird. Did it work out of the box? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it worked outside of the box. If this is like 1 and this is 2 by 2, 3 by 3 actually. 3 by 3. Will, but I'll not be able to notice. Yeah, it's difficult to notice. 3. Let's do this plus 2. It's difficult to notice if have the problem or not. Do I have missing? Or something not rendering? I think it's pretty good actually. Yeah, I can leave it. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong. You? How are you? Yeah, he's just missing parts. My worry is if there are subchunks not regenerated or if they're missing faces, but I don't see anywhere that to be the case. Up here? Oh no, it regenerated. It regenerated before I could notice it. It looks fine. It looks fine. Yeah, it looks fine. Okay, let's bring it up. And all of this is on a single thread. That's the coolest part. It's good enough, man. It's good enough. Like, it will be good enough for us to do snow biome. It's good enough to do a snow biome. It's endless. There are no lag spikes, and it handles fast speeds. There are just these trees that are the issue. I don't know why they're like that. Okay, maybe because... Oh, yes. When we generate blocks, block generation should be limited just like mesh generation. Because this, if this tree was created at the end of the world and it doesn't have access to its neighbor, it cannot create the tree. Yeah. Oh no, that's an issue. That's an issue. I need to know what blocks there will be. Because if I limit block generation to be only to what's visible, let's say this is the visible, this is where we generate meshes. And these ones are invisible but have just generated blocks so that we can generate meshes properly in the center. In these chunks, if a tree gets generated here, if a tree gets generated here, it cannot spawn here, the leaves. And when I get to here, we'll have a split tree. That's one issue we're having. I could have... because I spawn trees, maybe it's possible to do it in the block spawner. I use a block spawner to spawn the tree. Where is that class? Here. Because when I create the trees, I put them inside of a queue. I push them inside of a queue. And then I spawn the blocks. What do I put there? I have a position details and data and set block type. If it cannot set it, it will not set it. So here I may return a boolean if it manages to set the block or not. And if the block spawner cannot set the block, to keep it, to not remove it, to not pop it, but to have it in a separate place. And I'm not sure when to actually execute it. Maybe every time when we cross the border. But it will stay like that forever. Because if there, look how there we have... damn it. I cannot zoom out. There at the distance, if we have like trees, and like if I store the leaves, like there a tree tries to spawn and it cannot, and the block spawner is like, I cannot place a block there, and it gives up. I could save that block for later when I cross a border to try again and again and again. But if the player moves in the opposite direction, I'll continue to keep references to those blocks and will never be using them. So maybe to continue to try when crossing a chunk, and after like 2 tries to give up, maybe. I'm not sure. Because like it's annoying getting those trees that are cut off. Some of them are cut off. That's annoying. Here, this tree is cut off. It's not like it's haven't been... It's not like the mesh is not updated. It's actually cut off. And it's cut off just because the block spawner didn't have access. Or... I don't know. Or maybe to execute the block spawner per chunk, to execute it per chunk, but only when we're generating the mesh for it. But that will become a big mess. That would be a big mess. Let's see what's up with Twitch. First, sure shit. Oh yeah, I saw that. So the world is created from a seed. Yeah, well, I'm using Perle noise, and it's most likely the same seed every time. So I could change the seed to something else, but I'm using Perle noise. For the trees, not. Only I'm not using a seed for the trees and the foliage, the trees and foliage are completely random. What did I miss? Yeah, I'm Windows 10. First time seeing someone using Visual Studio 2026. I was thinking of going back to previous versions because they say old Visual Studio is better. Like even 2017, even older than 2019. Yeah, I was using 2022. Chunk borders. The browser could display objects using... You can generate it towards invisible. If the next chunk doesn't have an air block... I remember that Minecraft generates them in next chunk. When the next chunk gets generated, you then do the generation. Yeah, but the neighbors need the block data. The neighbors need the block data. I can leave it like that. It's not that big of an issue. It's not that big of an issue. But it's good enough. We made a lot of progress. Yeah, some trees get cut off. Some trees are cut off. That's the only issue. But this infinite terrain, I don't have it in my Java clone. My Java clone doesn't have infinite terrain. If it manages to run now. My Java clone is a static world. And when Phoenix played the Java clone, he fell off from the world. There's something else as well. It's lighting. Lighting, I managed to do lighting in the Java clone since the world is static, it was easier to do. But now since, yeah, here lighting. To have this lighting, I would have to change the code for the C++ project. Yeah, here the world is static. The world is static. It doesn't regenerate, so this is a big improvement. Huge improvement. It's a huge improvement. But here I have UI. But we can very easily catch up. Actually, I think it's best instead of focusing on the biomes to add the player. Maybe. And to add inventory and creative mode and then snow biome. Like different biomes. But this is really cool. Oh, and the memory leak, I forgot about that. How are we doing in terms of the memory leak? It's not doing good. We've reached 5 gigabytes of RAM. Closing in on now 6 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah, now it's 6 gigabytes. Yeah, now it's 6 gigabytes. It should be 500 megabytes, which 500 megabytes is still a lot. But we have a memory leak. I haven't found it yet. I haven't looked for it. I haven't looked for where the memory leak is coming from. Yeah, this is so cool. Let's lower the speed and see how it looks like with lower speed. Where can I change the speed? Where's update camera? Here. Update camera. Move speed, let's do 15. Now it's a lot slower. It's generating. It's cool. Like, look at it, we have infinite terrain. And it can handle fast speed as well. That's cool. And there are no lag spikes. There are no lag spikes, and we're running on the main thread. Like, there's no multi-threading. That's cool. And sometimes flowers spawn below trees. We saw that last time as well. We have custom block hover. We can destroy blocks. Yeah, that's cool. We removed the annoying bug with the help of the viewer on Twitch. Man, he was really helpful, man. That was one of the best suggestions I've gotten. To remove, to not render on a texture. Now it's infinite, man. Without lag spikes. It's actually infinite. And I'm not multi-threading it. That's my favorite part. We're not using multiple threads, because using multiple threads, you have to synchronize stuff. And I can keep the code simpler now, while still having endless terrain. So we can have biomes. And the world keeps up with this slow speed. And if we add a fog, the fog will make it so you don't see this loading. So the only issues left are the memory leak and the cutting off of trees. Some trees get cut off. That's the two issues that are left. But it's very cool. I'm really happy with the result. But where is the memory leak coming from actually? I'm deleting the subchunks, and what's happening is I'm creating and deleting subchunks. So, and I'm deleting the block IDs. What am I not deleting? Like I'm deleting the 16 by 16 by 16 array of block IDs. That's what I'm deleting. Maybe it's coming from the mesh generation itself. Somewhere in the process, I'm creating memory that I'm not deleting somewhere. I'm not sure where. Yeah, let's focus on, let's see if we can fix the memory leak. Because the memory leak is so severe, it reaches 40 gigabytes of RAM. Like, that's absurd. Man, just flying around is cool. And it would be helpful if I can get a graph of the FPS to see if there are any spikes, just like you get in older Minecraft versions. Man, I can fly around like this forever. This is cool. And we have the ambient occlusion as well. That's cool. Let's see what's up. Our goal is the memory leak. Let's see what's up with YouTube. What did I miss? Hello, what's up? I can use... I can zoom in, that's cool. I can use Relic C++ to make first-person game. Why not? Like, do you need permission from me? Like, just do it. Maybe entities and the player. Yes, you could use it for anything. Where I can get empty project. By the way, I'm creating in C++ and OpenGL. Nice. Yeah, I cannot get 6000 FPS. With 5 render, increase the render distance. You need a map C++ code. Do you mean... Dude, it infinite. That's a bug tree. Yeah, some trees get cut out. Some trees get cut out because I still haven't figured that out how to fix it. But inside my browser here, let's say these chunks are visible, like here is you, these are the visible chunks. You have a buffer of simulated distance, and let's say here all of these have generated blocks, and let's say here at the edge a tree gets generated, but it needs leaves around it, and here there are no chunks. There are no chunks here. Actually, we can have one more layer. We can have one more layer that doesn't have blocks generated. And so that the tree can get the leaves. And the issue is when we do generate blocks, it will override the tree. I'll see about it. But this will be the solution, to have a buffer of 2 layers. We'll have a buffer of 2 layers. But right now I want to see if we can fix the memory leak. I got inventory with blocks. FPS counter, nice. Can fix the... Yeah, I can fix these memory leaks by using smart pointers for chunks. Should I use unique pointers or shared pointers for chunks? Deleting GPU buffers in destructors. When I unload the mesh, it should handle GPU buffers. and erasing all chunks from maps when the player moves away. Me mobile watch your life as India. Yo, what's up? When you finish the project, and this is not about my project cannot get 6,000. You're gonna release it, I'm not going to release it. You can make it so faces facing upwards get brightened and downwards get darkened. Well, you're about my MC clone, no, I mean OpenGL C++. The issue is that you did not add the fork in your game. That's how they fix the problem too. Let's see what's up with Twitch. We got some action in Twitch. That's a problem. You'd want trees to be determined. Yeah, for sure. I need the trees to be deterministic. Also, what memory do you mean? Oh, you're just not freeing the memory some. Yeah, for sure. Cube Realm IO is a browser real Minecraft clone. Nice. Those trees have memory snapshotting. Most likely. And Visual Studio has as well. You are not clearing the trees. They are RNG. I'm not clearing the trees. What if you disable tree generation? See if that fixes the leak. I'll check on that. Hello, what's up? I would imagine. Unique pointers, you mean? Yeah, let's not spawn the trees to see if the memory leak is gone. So spawn blocks. Let's just return here. No. Or, yeah, return. And the cube blocks, let's return as well. And let's start it. Yeah, we don't have any foliage. Let's look at the RAM usage. It's 300 megabytes. So if we get more than 300 megabytes, we have a leak. Oh, come on. With this low speed, we cannot do anything. Let's increase the speed. Update camera. Update camera. Let's make it 10 times faster. So right now it's about 300 megabytes of RAM. Now we are moving around. Now it's going up to 1 gigabyte of RAM. Yeah, it's not the spawn. It's not the block spawner. It's not the block spawner. Yeah, now we are 2 gigabytes of RAM. I'll bring back the block spawner. It's not that. Block spawner. Let's bring it back. Now we have our foliage and trees. Let's see. It should be shared pointer for the because I get reference to them. It should be shared pointer. It should be shared pointer here. Let's change that, but let's see, is the commit clear? It's all right. Let's commit it actually. Invisible size plus 2 of visible world size. Let's push it. And here here let's do std shared pointer of subchunk. In here a share pointer. Share pointer. That's it. Share pointer. What's up? World data. Share pointer. What else? What else? Can a shared pointer be null pointer? Can share pointer be null pointer? Default is null pointer. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do share pointers, and there should be errors somewhere. This will show me faster where to look. So this is std shared pointer of subchunk. Yes, and this should be share pointer. Man, this as well. What else? That should be it. More. Damn it. Oh, this should be share pointer as well when generating the mesh. What else? Here the function. The function share pointer. What else? Oh, come on, man. Oh, what's the issue? Here it should be... No? What's the issue? Oh, here. Maybe. Oh, and the definition as well. Here. Should be this. And inside of here... What are you complaining about? Because it's const, maybe? Why is it const? Let's run it. Yeah, I removed const. Here was sub. Subchunk is reference. Oh, come on. Here, how do I create share pointer? Yeah, I need to do... what was it? Shared pointer. Oh, I can just look at my block factory. There I created share pointers. Make shared. Okay. std make shared. Subchunk and the position. What else? Let's run it. What else? Here I iterate over all of them. And here when I delete them, yeah, here I don't need to manage them. They are share pointers, they're smart. They're smarter than me, maybe. And here I don't need them. What else? Come on. Here make shared. std make shared subchunk, and then the position, like that, and that should be it. Finally, that should be it. Finally. Now, do we have memory leaks? Do we have memory leaks? Now the starting RAM usage is 500 megabytes. Before it was 300. Doesn't matter. The main question is, will it increase? Will it increase? Oof, it's a bit laggier. It's a bit laggier. I think that was the issue. Because here when I move, the RAM is decreasing to 300. Now it's 300 RAM. And when I wait it out, it becomes again 500. Yeah, memory leak is gone. That was the issue. That was the issue. Now I have constant 500 megabyte RAM. That was the issue. Yeah, that was the issue. Now there's no memory leak. There's no memory leak. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I'll push it to Git before I add more code. Yeah, that's cool, man. So I was not deleting references to the subchunk somewhere. I don't know where. Because when I end the world, when I ended the game, I would... oh, but that's when I ended. I would delete all of them. But that's when I ended. And it was happening somewhere else. Oh, when I was... when I should have deleted the subchunk when crossing borders, because I assumed when I deleted when I was doing the erase of the iterator, I assumed it would delete the subchunk as well. I should have handle the delete myself. Here I unload the chunks. Here when I unload chunks and I erase the element from the unordered map, I should have before this like deleted it. Like delete the second. Most likely. Something like that, I don't know. Yeah, probably here was the issue. Man, that's interesting. Oh, push to Git, yeah. I've almost forgot. Subchunks use shared pointer, memory leak gone. Gone. Yeah, that's wild, man. And we managed to fit in our 3 hours of live stream limit. What's this? Ah, the make share thing. Yeah. Be careful to avoid circular references. What's a circular reference? Hi, I'm beginning on writing of my Minecraft clone using Relic and Java. Nice. Let's see what's up with Twitch. Remove cons, GG, push to Git, yeah. Yeah, nice, man. We managed to... The goal for this stream was to prioritize the chunks around the player when the player is moving really fast. That was the goal. And we removed the memory leak. And that's about it for this stream. We have slight... let's look at the FPS. We have slight lag spikes since we are actually deleting the subchunks. Yeah, when when moving through neighbors, we have lag spikes. And that's because we started using shared pointers. They're lowering the FPS. The shared pointers. Like it's noticeable. The unloading is noticeable. And now the unloading is a lot smaller. The solution to that would be to reuse data, to not have to delete. That would be the solution. To not have to delete. And in one of my other clones, that's exactly what I did. Like way back in the day. Long time ago. Here. I reused memory when I was trying to do infinite terrain generation in C++. Here. I reused memory. And it was a big mess reusing memory, because just deleting the subchunk and creating a new one keeps it simple. And reusing memory, yeah, by reusing memory, look how smooth it is, man. No lag spikes. And I was using a thread pool, so multi-threading. And that was like 1 year ago. Like, and now I'm fallen back. Now I'm not using multi-threading and I have lag spikes and I use smart pointers. I'm going backwards. Yeah, I'm using OpenGL. Yeah, these are the ones that get deleted. Like once I move back, yeah, these are the ones getting deleted. And just this deletion causes problems. Like slight lag spikes. And now it's not that bad. Let's lower the speed to see if it's like that when we are moving slower. Move speed 15. Music stopped. Now let's see with slower speed if it's the same. Let's wait it to load up. Yeah, unloading now causes lag spikes. Bummer. Bummer. Yeah, that's annoying. The lag spikes are annoying. Yeah, the unloading causes lag spikes. What if we unload frame by frame to gradually unload them? Yeah, what if we gradually unload them to request to unload them to remove the lag spikes? Damn it. At least there's no memory leak. Yeah, it stays the same RAM usage at 500 megabytes. Let's see what's up with YouTube. Avoid circle references by using quick pointer for Backlinks. Keeping ownership one way. And reserving share pointer only for objects that truly need shared lifetime. Using OpenGL hitches, do you load only what you can see on camera or around what you can see also? Also what I cannot see. I don't have first-time culling. I haven't spent time on first-time culling. Are pretty chill like JavaScript thread accepts functions on constructor. Yeah, but then I need to synchronize with the main thread if I use multi-threading. Bro, I'm going here, have a nice one, see you next live, gonna buy some coffee, okay. If you look at Minecraft, they only load what's in front. Yeah, I know, but I'll need to figure out the math. Raylip, only OpenGL? Yeah, only OpenGL. Yeah, I'm thinking of ending it. Yeah, to unload across multiple frames. Should I try that now? Should I try that now? Downloading. If I increase the speed. I was thinking, why don't I, when I request a mesh generation, to put inside of that request another, to combine the mesh generation request with an unloading of a subchunk. Because when you create subchunks there, you unload some here. For every one you create, there's a one you destroy. And so what if... No, that's not... No, that's wrong. That's wrong, because I have invisible buffer, like simulated distance. And that would be different. No. That's a bad idea. Yeah, I'm thinking of having the unloading be in multiple frames. To unload in multiple frames. And that would be quite fast to do. That would be quite fast. Have we... Yeah, that would be easy to do. I assume. But not actually. Not actually. Yes, actually, yes. Because... damn it, no. Actually not. Because it will change a lot of the code. If they are still not deleted and we are moving to the other chunk, it will mark them again for deletion. Something like that. Yeah. I would need more flags. It's possible, but I prefer to think about it off stream. To leave it for some other time. But we did quite well. We did quite well. I'm happy with what we have. There are some lag spikes, but they are because of the unloading. Yeah, it's pretty good, man. Man, it's so good. Yo, man, I can just fly around like this forever. That's so cool. Let's lower the speed. Here, let's lower it so that I can compare with how it was before. Yeah, the unloading creates lag spikes. It wasn't like that before. But that's the price I have to pay for not having memory leak. I'll need to figure it out later. But not in this stream, since we reached the limit of 3 hours. Yeah, I need to not have the unloading be in a single frame. Just like the creation. And actually, what happened? Yeah, look at how it's unloading meshes. It's unloading meshes. It's both deleting the heap memory, that's 16 by 16 by 16 for every subchunk, and deleting the meshes that I had generated. And it is doing it in a single frame, which causes a lag spike. It needs to gradually happen, and I'll figure out how to do it another time. But I'm very, very, very proud with what we have. We're doing very well. We're doing very well. Spatial indexing. I don't know what that is. Spatial indexing. Yeah, I'll see about it. Yeah, guys, that was it. I'll be ending it. We've reached the 3-hour limit, and we actually achieved a lot of progress. The terrain is endless. We removed the memory leaks, and terrain generation prioritizes what's around you. I'm not seeing any issues. Unload queue. Yeah, I'll see about it. Yeah, we managed to fix the memory leak. We managed to make the terrain continue to catch up with a fast-moving player. Not that you have something like that, but that's what we managed to prioritize the chunks around the player, and we managed to remove the memory leak. One issue we have left is some trees get cut off, and another issue is unloading needs to happen in multiple frames because it causes lag spikes. That can be easily solved, but I don't want to do it in this stream. I don't want to push this stream more. Yeah, so bye guys. Thank you for watching, and it was cool. Maybe next time I'll do later to not do it so early a stream.